people meet their identity like one race, from the same place, that make the same trip, on the same ship. So we must push one common intention, it's for a better life in the region, for we women and we children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man. CARICOM is wasting time, the whole Caribbean gone blind. If we don't know from where we come in, then we can't plan where we go in. That's why some want to be communists, brother, some want to be socialists, and one set a religion to add to the foolishness.
Yes, indeed, of course, a pleasant good night to all at Century, East, West, and South Central. Our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are student, we will remember pleasant to you. Of course, we are looking at the Vincentian elections. I thought it is sufficiently significant to, of course, highlight in a special program on this Saturday. While we would normally have, of course, the children's, or should I say the academic segment, there shall be none tonight. Let's look at some highlights of the Vincentian campaign and, of course, the eventual outcome. What's the outcome? 15 seats, 14-1. Guess in whose favor? Yes, the opposition. So Mr. Friday is now the Prime Minister of St. Vincent. Elect. All right? That's the reality. But of course, we have to say it's déjà vu. I thought I now say that this is Vincentian election time. What's Joshua doing here? What Joshua doing here?
I'm not supposed to be here tonight.
No, this is Vincentian elections post-mortem, meaning that after the elections, we're doing an examination. But when you have enthusiastic children, young men, women, then you have to motivate them and encourage them. So what are you going to do? You can't tell them to go.
I mean,
No.
I mean, if you walk, you go ahead and I'll come off.
Come a little closer. Come a little closer to me.
If you walk, let's come off. You can carry on. I can come back tomorrow.
Yeah, so well, I was hoping that would have been the case, but since you are here, I don't want to say you are intruding, but just tell us, give your salutations, give your good night and whatever it is, and whatever you have to say quickly, and then of course we'll go to St. Vincent, because St. Vincent is very important. We have an election. We had an election there that, of course, we had a result that we all anticipated, and of course Andy would have been there, I would have been there. And of course, we created a stir, so much so that, of course, the incumbent, I'm talking about Gonzalez and his team, he didn't want us there at all. But of course, we prevailed, because evil cannot prevail over good. That's the bottom line. Quickly, because it seemed as though you had some accident as well.
I don't know why I'm on right now.
All right.
Right here.
Uh-huh.
Right here. No, it's right here. So.
Where you call them bones?
Funny bone, I think.
Funny bone.
Or elbow.
You have elbow, right? And then you have okay. What about the fingers? They call them phalanges. Yeah. Metacarpa, and phalanges. This is these here, the fingers, call them phalanges. And then, of course, the wrist, what comprises the wrist, is called metacarpals. Those are bones of the body. But of course, we're gonna learn that in due course.
Where you call
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. Now the palm. The palm, well, of course, it have the metacarpus. But of course, these bones here, it's called the phalange. Phalange, yes, phalange. All right, so that's something that you'll learn immediately. But any information you want to share with us? Because we want to go straight to St. Vincent quickly. Yeah? Oh. When yes, yes, because somebody came. I don't know, but of course, I think that's another dimension to the whole exercise.
So,
Somebody came Friday morning and said that they want to contribute to Joshua's business venture, and they donated 200, yeah, $100 bills, $200 bills of the old type, so that Joshua could probably sell it to tourists and so on, or locals as souvenir. So go ahead, Joy. Go ahead. I'm not gonna be the one to humbug or to inhibit. Go ahead.
since when?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow we'll, of course, we'll have some academic, pure academic exercises, but I want to just have him say what he has to say, and let's get to St. Vincent.
Something wrong. The hundred that you give me,
Uh-huh.
it have a shield on it.
Uh-huh.
Going long, but there's no have a shield on it.
Well, that probably either the earlier or the later version. You never could tell, because I see that there's two different signatures, meaning that it's only the governors of the central bank could have written them. So if you could make out the signatures, you will see it's two different signatures.
It's got three different signatures on each.
Three different. Well, that means it's three different governors that signed those monies. Okay. All right. Well,
This one hand numbers going across. This one hand numbers going across, but this one hand numbers going on
yeah,
the bottom.
that last one there was going to be the most modern. Those were the very older ones, because they tried to give security features as people try to fabricate, try to forge, yeah, try to disguise fake money to make it look as though it is real money. Yeah. So you have the central bank constantly having to upgrade or to introduce new features, hoping that it cannot be replicated by unscrupulous and criminal elements, frankly. Go ahead. Yeah.
Excuse me, Daddy.
Yeah.
When you go in and get both and things to go over to the one, right?
Uh-huh.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Where you going to get the boat on them?
Right on the Tobago, they call it Tobago Jetty or the Tobago Wharf. And what happens is that you pay for a ticket. There is a terminal, administrative center where you pay, and then once you pay for the particular traveling of on that particular day, they then of course escort you, and they show you the process. You get a ticket. I think it's about $75 one way. Yeah, it's subsidized, $75 one way. And then they get you on the boat, and then it leaves, and you end up in Tobago. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll go in there tomorrow and tell them. Anybody who buy it from me, I want to tax them. I'm going to say.
So if they buy from you, you're going to tax them?
I'm not going to tax.
I don't know who would take tax because they ain't buy. I wish you luck. I wish you luck. All right. Anything else that you want to share with us before we go straight to the video? I'll leave the video playing so that you have all what we had captured
So much
in
things
St.
wrong
Vincent.
with the different bills.
Yeah, but that's how it
Oh,
is.
you want not to give me this the newer version?
Yeah.
This you can see that
But you have two different sides, eh? So you see one side with the central bank.
this side
Yeah.
particularly.
Okay.
Watch. This side have it on this side. This have it on this side.
All right, let's go to the lines. Oh boy, I didn't think I engaged the system phone, but we're gonna put it on the. All right, we're gonna forget that because we are live now, and what I'll do I'll engage the system itself so that we can get on, so that anybody calling in can get on the system. I think it's much more efficient. All right. Yeah. That's it.
No.
Okay. Hurry up! I want to get to St. Vincent.
Wait.
People, I want to get to St. Vincent.
Okay.
I didn't plan to have him on tonight. I know it's St. Vincent. We must discuss.
Well, I wanted to.
It's 14-1, you know. In St. Vincent. Friday has won.
Okay.
Gonzalez
Okay.
is now in the dustbin of political history.
Well, I'm trying to see this bush blue. What do you have? Thing is this. Is the same thing as this one blue, this one is blue.
Yeah, from time to time they print, as I said, to give so people can counterfeit.
And this too.
All right.
And I don't think the dollar bills have it.
The available constant, same thing, right? Yeah, because the value is less.
The dollar bills is the new ones.
But it's less. The value is less. That's why they will focus on changing features. All right. So thank you very much, Joshua. Joshua is of course promoting his business, where he has all Trinidad and Tobago notes, currencies, and he wants to sell them to tourists, etc., or persons who collect. There's a term for them. Oh gosh, you know, I got it and I forget it. I'll deal with it tomorrow.
Well, just you don't have a phone, you just Google it.
Oh yeah. You see how smart they are. Let me just Google it.
I think I know what you mean now.
Someone who collects coins or currencies. Oh boy. Guess what?
Phone dead.
Boy.
You can pay to charge it. But you could have just raised it up on.
All right, no problem. Let me get this. Because like I wouldn't get rid of him unless I get this thing organized.
Archaeologist.
No, not archaeologist. This is a different person altogether. But alright, so let's get here someone who SOME, someone. So ONE, someone who collects. CTS collects old money. MONEY.
They're looking for old money in Trinidad.
Money, and I'll say coins as well, because there's a word for them as well when they're collecting coins. Yeah. Right.
You're looking for in Trinidad.
Right. Okay. So a person who collects old money and coins is called let me hear. Numismatis. NUMIS Matis, MATIST. A numismatist is someone who collects coins or old monies, right? So Joshua is such a person. So Joshua is a numismatist, right? All right, he collected old money. All right, okay. The practice of collecting coins,
That is a numismatist.
token, and the paper money is known as, yes, numismatist. a field that can also involve scholarly research into the history, artistry, and significance of currency. So a numismatist, at least we learned that tonight. Numismatist is, of course, someone who collects money like this. And Joshua is such a person. Right? Numismatist. What's the word, Joshua?
Numismatist.
May it again?
Numismatist.
Numismatist, right. So, numismatist, you can leave with your money now and let's get down to St. Vincent. Thank you. Just
That is very absurd.
your parting words.
That is very absurd.
Very absurd. Absurd means
Silly.
nah, it's not nice.
Silly.
Stupid. Silly, right? Yes, absurd. So,
That is very absurd.
all right, go ahead. Go ahead, quickly. Come, Joshua, just get off the set, please.
Okay, bye.
Oh, boy. Someone
Bye.
is calling. Pleasant good night. Welcome to the corridor. Yay. Yes, this numismatist is telling me that he doesn't want to come. Oh, listen, wait. Let me just check. Let me just check something here. Something. No. You wait. All right, are you hearing me now? Yeah. Sorry about that. You know. Sometimes the situation is such that you sometimes overlook certain things, and next thing things doesn't function as you would like. But go ahead. Yeah, I had to get familiar because they say that familiarity breeds contempt. But of course, you, you, human beings are yeah, but they say human beings are creatures of habit. So either I have a habit of not engaging, but I should have a habit of engaging, like what we have done afterwards when you said that you can't hear us. But go ahead. Yeah. Yes. He has left already. I tried to hasten him off the set. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Lack of communication. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Now, but you know, some of them, they have complexes. They have inferiority complex. They have a situation where they are not, they don't feel confident, and so that happens. But of course, you have a national security, and you have what I consider to be, in the case of Tobago, as was arranged recently, a sort of municipal law enforcement agency dedicated to Tobago. That was something that was not contemplated by the last administration. Police from Trinidad will go there, and of course, not realizing the culture or understanding the culture, and were deployed for a particular nefarious purpose. But here it is, of course, the government has said the present government will give them their own constabulary, but it does not take away the responsibility of the cabinet of the government for overall security of Trinidad and Tobago. And that particular exercise was one of that nature. Of course, Fali has the right to state, well, he was not informed, but I'm sure that at the end of the day, he would have been because the prime minister did say that because of the nature of the exercise, that she was not at liberty to, of course, disclose. But now that it is in the public domain, but she said it was about setting up a radar system to, of course, yeah, to monitor um, illicit and contraband moving through the um, the territorial waters of Trinidad and Tobago. All right, go ahead. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I don't understand the argument because if it is that it is for uh, persons who may be engaged in the illicit drug trade, then one will feel comforted and comfortable that that system exists. It cannot be, but of course, that is a PNM narrative. Let me don't waste time, and therefore they always, of course, act stupidly. And as I think Joshua used the word, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's all, but it's foolishness. Yeah, yeah. But Joshua used the word earlier. Absurd. Is a absurdity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Right. Okay. Right. Hmm. Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's all. He got the reflection. Yes. Because we told him, we met with him in at the Mandela Park subsequent to the elections, and we told him why you come to Trinidad when you should consolidate yourself in Tobago. Yeah, and then you can make a move. But he didn't listen. Yeah, he was on a he was on an elusive high. It's just a delusion. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, because he was able to break the back of the PNM in Tobago, so he tell himself that it's easy pickings in Trinidad. Yeah, yeah. Because he has ambition to be a prime minister, but of course all that has been dashed. Yeah. Yeah.
He lose the bone.
Yeah, he
In
lose
his
that
bone.
and lose everything because he grab at the bone. Yeah, which is a reflection. Yeah, and lose everything.
Well, I want to tell Trinidad people, it's nothing to worry about. It's just a radar. Just
Yeah.
a radar is controlling it. It benefits the whole of the Caribbean, or not Caribbean, Tobago in case
Yeah.
that man strikes something that will pick him up. That will pick up, that picking up anything in the air, anything in the water, and picks up anything at all.
Yeah.
Comes up. So you know they monitor it. That is all that's about.
Yeah. All right.
But they want the whole of Trinidad want to know everything that one is supposed to. They know they cannot tell you everything. Why? They can't tell you everything.
No, I mean,
They can't.
you
That is
can't tell
security.
you can't tell your enemy what your logistics,
Exactly.
yeah,
What are you
and
gonna do?
your
You gonna tell your enemy
plans
what he's
are.
gonna do?
Yeah.
And I don't know what's wrong with these people over there. Like I said, they didn't gonna live.
Hi, my
I
friend.
want to know. I want to know this. I
All
want to
right.
know that.
Go ahead.
Why is that? Why is that there? Really? That's none of your business. Go home and sleep and cook some food.
Yeah, I agree with you. I hear you, man.
All right, mate.
Hi, my friend. All right. Well, let's go straight, of course, to St. Vincent. I will stay in the background and I will stay behind the camera, so to speak. And let's give you some of the highlights of what transpired in St. Vincent, down to, of course, the wire where there's a 14-1 scenario as a consequence. All right. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, let's see if we can do that. I hope we have it all ready for that. Ready for it. Let's see. Mhm.
Russians are representing the NDP party. Hey, Dr. Friday, you know what you will like.
Ah, boy. All right. People have divided, and of course they still want to make their calls. So let me just take off that video. President, good night. Welcome to the corridor. Welcome to the corridor.
Good night to you, Uncle Lennox,
Yes,
and
man.
to all your listeners.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations for the cocktail in St. Vincent. The zone of peace now, and the St. Vincent, and the people, and the Grenadines will be more happy, trust me. And the nice thing about it, people, put a little donation towards Uncle Lennox. Because you see about that Black Jersey tonight? Because he expected that Corridor and Koto, but he trying to see people sitting in the dark.
I
So
hear
let me
you.
just maybe the light and thing.
I hear you, my friend. I hear you.
So in St. Vincent people, they wake up and they see after how much years of a man who robbed them blindly, and his wife, just like a prime minister in Trinidad, she has asset and a business running. Yeah? So what I want the St. Vincent and them to find out now from Friday morning, right? It's every day is Friday. To do an audit into Algonzal and all the asset and we have it spread out and what he might own, his children and his daughter as a prime minister and with our investors and separate it and see if there any conflict. So that is up the Caribbean business. And Uncle Lennox,
Yes.
now I want to ask you this, eh? In Tobago, I want to say good night to the Chief Secretary, Mr. Agustin, right?
Right. All right.
All protocol observed.
Right.
But you know what I have a problem with?
What is that?
Is there a political party, DNA or IMA or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
They know everything what's going on in the PPE. But
Yeah.
apparently she know what's going on in Tobago. Because only hope CNC3 and she know what is saying on the people areas.
Right.
Because they spend $1.3 billion for Sovereign and upgrading an airport terminal, right? And now they're saying that the aircraft and then landed 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, making everybody Tobago people head home to the airport.
Wow.
Eh? So you can see the report that I was taking the news, right? And what we're talking about. So if aircraft in Tobago and disturbing the people. What Raleigh was extended, I want to do that for. Hmm? The, and then the same set of Don and them fighting for hoteliers in Tobago. For more sites to come to Tobago, Uncle Lennox. And it's like a cross Uncle Lennox right. But here we're going on. Since they give me a can when they baptize me, I was trying to say, let me Holy Ghost go over them people and get them some sense. Eh? They ain't doing nothing for themselves. Eh? The PNM has two tourism ministry, one in Jamaica and one in Trinidad. They ain't get a flight to come in.
Right.
Eh? The United States are going to spend them on your on thing. On a jump high, on a jump low, the more he put the nuts wherever Robbie wants to shove it, and who is bigger, he said is bigger, eh? Is a mandatory thing, and that's why he's bigger. Mr. President Donald J. Trump is going to move Maduro. What do I want to know? And Penny, when you ask the question and I want answer from my Prime Minister, could you tell me how much contract your family get, at what price, and how much of excusal you get and benefit? Could you tell me that? We want answer too. Because here what's going on. When all you see, we get a radar. Yes, the radar is to check for if Putin sending up all them old stupid plane where you have pack up. Right? Okay? Yes, that's for Putin. If he's sending any stupid thing to come across. Right? So here what's going on. All the people that have short memory. All they know Patrick Manning, the son, that's the father, I think that's one of the father. And the father with the $100 million investment. In San Fernando, EBC gave the seat. When Manning was in power, the 360 radar, what they do with it? Eh? All they questioned what is wrong with the radar and what? The last 10 years, how long the radar was done is only when certain people make noise about the radar and if it's up and running, then they say it's up and running. Where were these spyware them from Israel? Eh? Where were them spyware them? Eh? Or they forget them thing. The spyware them, they want to stop people phone with. Eh? Yeah. So where all that thing gone? But the radar was done. Eh? The vessels on them was done. And all they didn't ask that question. And here what's going on. Rowley and Faisal Hines sign an agreement with the United States that they could come in here. Or they ask Rowley what he signed. Question Rowley. But here what's going on. Rowley and the PNM, they're showing that the Maduro squeezes something, boy. Something being squeezed in our vice. Because you telling me the United States have their mission going on and doing what their operation, and all they want to pull my honorable Prime Minister in the midlight. We get exempt from selling urea, ethanol, and ammonia to the United States. That's a win for we. We energy minister get Shell to up production by 15% in the Laura Manatee. Then my energy minister get a platform to come on stream and produce 6 months before time, straight up where all our money was going. Let me ask that. Let me stop finding out about hiding and twisted the economy. St. Vincent minding the business, while Gonzalez say he wants zone of peace and he's the best negotiator. But the St. Vincent people mind the business and they drink the water. Eh? Let me ask the question and find out. Penny, the radar under Rowley just the other day, how effective it was. Eh? When Delcy did come on a sanctioned plane in the middle of the night, eh? What did it bring? It didn't bring no threat. Eh? Because China encouraging the world leaders and them to bank with them without question. So you can, any shaky one could go down there and all too and put it. You see a big businessman from India get hijacked in the United States for fraud. So you see why it is all they don't want United States to trade with and all they want to go China and change it. So here we're going on. Just imagine for the last 10 years, $500 billion in our country disappear. And you ain't seen if Rowley buy a new cocktail glass or he buy a new Benz. Eh? And then you see in front of his place how he had the police outpost, dilapidated, and he passed it right there every day and he didn't know about it. So let me talk about that. And it's time we mind businesses here. The public servant get the 10%. And you see, this is a next ungrateful set of people. When Rowley was in power and negotiated, and there was negotiating, all of them stuck up and listened to Rowley. And they push the narrative. What bargaining period all they want to sign over for? Since when it is after they don't sign, stamp and seal? Where does go back and negotiate for that same period again? Why the CPO don't call all and tell all that period don't negotiated for? And up to now, somehow all the bargaining unit didn't even get all the money under Rowley and in there because they wanted to make sure it had enough money to give Rowley money when he go home. That's what it do. And then all they want to make mischief with the 10%. Then here we're going on. I'm going to say something tonight. I want the Honorable Finance Minister to say that here we're going on. Or they get interest bonds, right? Or they can use as collateral, go to the bank. If all they want all the money, or they get all the cash. Yeah, optional. Yeah? So it's a ways to pay it. Just like how it had ways to get the laptop for the children. Uncle Lennox, after that, good night to you because I might cost on this airway tonight. And Joshua will like how I said.
Wanted to call and make fun. Yes, thank you, Lennox. You could hear me loud and clear, right? You know, Lennox, I think this war is going to happen. And the reason why I say that is when the United States said that there should be no more airspace within the Venezuela territory, they did the same thing in Iraq. They shut it down and then they invaded. And there was a war in Iraq. And right now in Venezuela, Maduro's military is not backing down. And every single day in Venezuela, over 800 people are arrested if they speak ill of the government or if they protest. And over 19 journalists right now are in jail. So I don't think the military is going to back down. I think this Maduro's regime will fight, and he will not cower down because he knows that there's a lot of money involved, and he does not want to appear weak. He's not getting the support from his allies in South America. Nobody's running to his rescue. None of the other countries are speaking up right now. Everybody's fighting the terrorists with America. And in Venezuela, do you know how much money a government worker makes in Venezuela per month? $5. $5. And it's the people cannot protest, they cannot fight back, they cannot speak. There are lots of people in jail right now, and the people who are out there are his supporters. And let them fight now because it's going to happen. The President of the United States says that they are ready for a landing. And so I think this is going to happen next door. And it will impact us because we have a lot of Venezuelans living here who have families over there, and they won't return until the regime has changed.
But do you think the impact will be one of sympathy for the regime or one of sympathy for the Americans?
Why would anybody sympathize with the Americans? The Americans are the aggressors.
I have that clear position as well because you see, there are those who believe that somehow a fight is at hand. But as soon as
Venezuela, they're going to lose.
The population believe that Maduro is out, you will see them coming out and even opposing those sympathizers to the regime.
I heard before this airspace was shut down, several of his several of his members flew out. Most of them have their families living abroad. They're not living in Venezuela. A lot of the rich people have their kids abroad.
Right.
Many of them are in Spain. So I think I think this war wouldn't just come in and change in a few weeks. So before Christmas, he's going to be gone. But remember, the military is still there. They all have to be arrested and they all have to either change sides.
Yeah,
But once you're in a
the
regime
power,
and you've
people
been there for
power.
20 years,
Yeah. The people power
they're all going to have
will
to.
overwhelm.
What did you say?
I said the people power will overwhelm. I think the military will have to conform and adjust it,
Yeah.
even if there are those residual recalcitrant group, but they will have to succumb because
Well, you know
the
what?
majority.
You know what the United States will do? Once the United States lands over there and they got boots on the ground, they're going to be giving guns out, and they're going to start recruiting their own people down there to help them fight against the regime and topple that president. That's what they did
Yeah.
in Iraq, and they're going to do. That's a tactic that they use in every country. In Vietnam, they did it.
Right.
So, it's going to happen in Venezuela, and we might see a lot of guns coming our way too. So, you know what I mean? And that was my comment, Lennox.
I hear you. All right. Let's go to the video. I'll say the background as I said, and let's play that video that we have put together for you as far as the Vincentian elections is concerned.
Shenyang. We like jobs for the youths, yes, we are more.
You know what I say? You have to learn how to follow instructions if you want to be a leader, right? You have to first follow instruction. You have to learn how to follow instruction if you want to lead. Mr. Friday, put your right hand out like this.
Yes, indeed. Of course, well, we'll pause the video to accommodate the calls. We still have calls that we need to address. President, good night. Let me just pause the video. Oh boy, there's some. I'm a bit disoriented tonight, so you'll forgive me. All right, good. Go ahead, President, good night. Welcome to the corridor.
Good night, Mr. Lennox, and good night, John T. Big, and good night to everybody in the
Yeah.
Mr. Lennox, listen, there's reports coming out of Caracas, Venezuela, right? That Maduro has fled to Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of aircraft in the air too as well currently right now as you speak, right? There's a lot of aircraft in the air, but some reports also saying at the same time that could be just a distraction, because Iran has already initiated, right, Maduro that he could seek asylum in Iran. So that is currently happening right now, right? So the thing is, we're not so sure if he actually leave to go in Brazil, right? But the asylum from that is coming from Iran, right? That's why he probably might look to go, or probably maybe to one of those neighboring South American countries, right? So that is what's currently happening right now, So because as far as I understand, Maduro and Trump had a talk today, and it didn't went good at all. It didn't went good at all. You understand? So that is why I get to understand based on what's currently taking place in Venezuela right now. So right now Venezuela under a lot of extreme, the place tense. The place real tense in Venezuela there. So that is exactly what's going on now. Are you aware of that?
Thank you very much, yes, for that. I'll certainly do some research on it, but I'm not aware.
Yeah.
Of that development. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah. That is what's currently happening right now.
All right, great.
Because.
All right, then let's continue with the video. Yes,
of
yes.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and congratulations to the new Prime Minister of St. Vincent, Dr. Friday. And yesterday was historic. Leading up to this election, I said that this was the most anticipated election in the Caribbean in 2025. Despite seeing the elections in Trinidad and Tobago and in Jamaica, I thought that this election had the opportunity to be one of the biggest.
I am so encouraged by the tremendous support that you have given to my colleagues and me over the course of this long campaign. But you know, we have been there with you before the election announced. We were there in the communities, big and small. We were there when you had troubles and trials. Chevron was there when the volcano blew up. Terrence was there when Beryl ripped the heart out of the Southern Grenadines. We were there with you. And I feel humbled tonight that you are here with us. Because what I say all the time in this campaign, it is not about entertainment, although I know you enjoy yourself. It is not just about following the crowd, although I know you came in your buses and your ones and your twos. It is about all of us coming together and realizing the true potential of this beautiful country that we have inherited, and taking the responsibility and the obligation to say for the next generation, I shall not let you down. And we will do our part to make sure that the country that we gave you is better than the one that we inherited. And you have told us over the course of this campaign that you're ready for something better. Because you know, you have heard from the other side, you have seen them. They have had 25 years in office, and they still come to you and try to say that they need more time to do what they want to do for this country. They need more time to deliver more jobs for the young people. They want to tell you, you need more time to fit a pothole in Kingston. You need more time to put medicine and bandages in the hospital. All they are doing, as the previous speaker mentioned, is they're trying to mamaga you. They're trying to frighten you. They're trying to make all kinds of terrible accusations about the members here on this platform. But you know better, because you have seen us in your communities. You have seen Siobhan John in your classrooms, and your children respect her. Yesterday, I was with this woman in this constituency doing a walkabout. We have done many before. And every time I go out with her, I am so in awe at the respect that she received, even from people I can see that they are not going to vote for her, but they still love and respect her. And we know that what Chevron does, she says, my arms are always open. We want you now, but if not now, we will take you whenever you come. When we can create something truly beautiful in this country, where the potential of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and our beautiful people can be realized in a way that it has never been done before, where you can put behind the politics of hate, of division, of spite, of selfishness, of arrogance, and embrace one that says, we are all our brother's keeper. I have in my hand here the printout of 8 lawyers, activists from Trinidad. They arrived today. An NDP lawyer of no real political significance, though she thinks otherwise, went to pick them up. And I want to read their names to you because what they do, what they have done is they bring them here to work on election day and between now and election day. I want to read their names slowly so that you all can play back these names online. And if they don't pay attention to what I say, I will put all these photographs online so that the people will see those who have come in from Trinidad who want to be engaged in a process to see if they can interfere and to try in some way to distort and undermine our electoral democracy and to prevent the necessary and desirable victory on the 27th of November, Thursday this week. First thing I say, lawyers, you come here to work, you either have to get a work permit or you have to have a CARICOM Skills National Certificate, which is approved by the government, the issuance of which is approved by the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So if you come here and do any work for the NDP, you are working here illegally, and that is a criminal offense. I want to tell you, I do nothing but welcome them with labor love. But as we welcome you with labor love, you follow our rules, and you can't go inside of a polling station because you're not a Vincentian to come to interfere with our process. And you can't come wrong our polling stations to say that you're going to do this or do that. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not Tunapuna. It's not Curep. It's not Pinal. It's not San Fernando. It's not Mova. It is not Laventille. All right, so we are here in the engine room of our campaign. These beautiful young people, you can see them here, they can't stop smiling because they're doing great work on behalf of our party, but also on behalf of the country. Today, they will remind you it's the last day of registration. If you don't know where your polling station is when they call you, they can help you with that. So they are going to reach out to you when they call, give them a willing ear, and find out what the policies and programs of the Democratic Party are so that you can make a choice for change. Thank you very much.
Hey! Rise up, Vinci! NDP!
Yesterday, of course, I'm behind the scenes, and we are playing some of the highlights of the St. Vincent elections. And the results, of course, is 14-1 I'm not feeling too 100%, so we tried to cut off at around 15 minutes past. My apology, but so I thought I should at least, because of the significance of the moment, make sure that we have some kind of coverage. So that's the coverage that we are pursuing. So let's continue with this. Let's continue. Yeah, of course it's Caribbean. Yeah, it's Caribbean matters, but we don't need it now. What we need is, of course, to get on with the program. Let's continue.
I am so encouraged by.
Of course, this is Friday, the Prime Minister-elect of St. Vincent. We did predict it on the ground report and the corridor transformation. Well, of course, it has materialized. But listen to some of the issues that would have been raised on the campaign trail.
The tremendous support that you have given to my colleagues and me over the course of this long campaign. But you know, we have been there with you before the election announced. We were there in the communities, big and small. We were there when you had troubles and trials. Chevron was there when the volcano blew up. Terrence was there when Beryl ripped the heart out of the Southern Grenadines. We were there with you. And I feel humbled tonight that you are here with us. Because what I say all the time in this campaign, it is not about entertainment, although I know you enjoy yourself. It is not just about following the crowd, although I know you came in your buses and your ones and your twos. It is about all of us coming together and realizing the true potential of this beautiful country that we have inherited, and taking the responsibility and the obligation to say for the next generation, I shall not let you down. And we will do our part to make sure that the country that we gave you is better than the one that we inherited. And you have told us over the course of this campaign that you're ready for something better. Because you know, you have heard from the other side, you have seen them. They have had 25 years in office, and they still come to you and try to say that they need more time to do what they want to do for this country. They need more time to deliver more jobs for the young people. They want to tell you, you need more time to fit a pothole in Kingston. You need more time to put medicine and bandages in the hospital. All they are doing, as the previous speaker mentioned, is they're trying to mamaga you. They're trying to frighten you. They're trying to make all kinds of terrible accusations about the members here on this platform. But you know better, because you have seen us in your communities. You have seen Siobhan John in your classrooms, and your children respect her. Yesterday, I was with this woman in this constituency doing a walkabout. We have done many before. And every time I go out with her, I am so in awe at the respect that she received, even from people I can see that they are not going to vote for her, but they still love and respect her. And we know that what Chevron does, she says, my arms are always open. We want you now, but if not now, we will take you whenever you come. When we can create something truly beautiful in this country, where the potential of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and our beautiful people can be realized in a way that it has never been done before, where you can put behind the politics of hate, of division, of spite, of selfishness, of arrogance, and embrace one that says, we are all our brother's keeper. have in my hand here the printout of 8 lawyers, activists from Trinidad. They arrived today. An NDP lawyer of no real political significance, though she thinks otherwise, went to pick them up. And I want to read their names to you because what they do, what they have done is they bring them here to work on election day and between now and election day. I want to read their names slowly so that you all can play back these names online. And if they don't pay attention to what I say, I will put all these photographs online so that the people will see those who have come in from Trinidad who want to be engaged in a process to see if they can interfere and to try in some way to distort and undermine our electoral democracy and to prevent the necessary and desirable victory on the 27th of November, Thursday this week. First thing I say, lawyers, you come here to work, you either have to get a work permit or you have to have a CARICOM Skills National Certificate, which is approved by the government, the issuance of which is approved by the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So if you come here and do any work for the NDP, you are working here illegally, and that is a criminal offense. I want to tell you, I do nothing but welcome them with labor love. But as we welcome you with labor love, you follow our rules, and you can't go inside of a polling station because you're not a Vincentian to come to interfere with our process. And you can't come wrong our polling stations to say that you're going to do this or do that. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not Tunapuna. It's not Curep. It's not Pinal. It's not San Fernando. It's not Morvan. It is not Laventille. All right, so we are here in the engine room of our campaign. These beautiful young people, you can see them here, they can't stop smiling because they're doing great work on behalf of our party, but also on behalf of the country. Today, they will remind you it's the last day of registration. If you don't know where your polling station is when they call you, they can help you with that. So, they are going to reach out to you when they call, give them a willing ear, and find out what the policies and programs of the New Democratic Party are so that you can make a choice for change. Thank you very much.
Hey! Rise up and sing. NDP. Only one! We dance it up, sit up, sit up, sit up, we dance it up. We dance it up, sit up, sit up, sit up, we dance it up.
I yes, indeed. Of course, we have a little technical problem, but let's see if we can go to the next video, and we'll continue from there. After that, we'll bring the broadcast to an end. I'm not feeling 200%, so to speak. Right, so you'll forgive me for that. But you know, that happens to all human beings, I suppose, and all living things. All right, let's hear this one.
I am so encouraged.
I have in my hand here
So here goes
the printout of 8 lawyers, activists from Trinidad. They arrived today. An NDP lawyer of no real political significance, though she thinks otherwise, went to pick them up. And I want to read their names to you, because what they do, what they have done is they bring them here to work on election day and between now and election day. I want to read their names slowly so that you all can play back these names online. And if they don't pay attention to what I say, I will put all these photographs online so that the people will see those who have come in from Trinidad who want to be engaged in a process to see if they can interfere and to try in some way to distort and undermine our electoral democracy and to prevent the necessary and desirable victory on the 27th of November, Thursday this week. First thing I say, lawyers, you come here to work, you either have to get a work permit or you have to have a CARICOM Skills National Certificate, which is approved by the government, the issuance of which is approved by the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines. So if you come here and do any work for the NDP, you are working here illegally, and that is a criminal offense. I want to tell you, I do nothing but welcome them with labor love. But as we welcome you with labor love, you follow our rules, and you can't go inside of a polling station because you're not a Vincentian to come to interfere with our process. And you can't come wrong our polling stations to say that you're going to do this or do that. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not Tunapuna. It's not Curep. It's not Pinal. It's not San Fernando. It's not Morvan. It is not Laventille.
All right, so we are here in the engine room of our campaign. These beautiful young people, you can see them here, they can't stop smiling because they're doing great work on behalf of our party, but also on behalf of the country. Today, they will remind you it's the last day of registration. If you don't know where your polling station is when they call you, they can help you with that. So they are going to reach out to you when they call, give them a willing ear, and find out what the policies and programs of the Democratic Party are so that you can make a choice for change. Thank you very much.
Hey! Rise up and sing. NDP.
Well, people, of course, we have come to the end of that preview of that. Well, not preview, but view of what transpired during the course of the campaign. I'm going to say, of course, we have come to the end of tonight's program as well. I'm simply not feeling well, and we need to terminate. So, of course, let me just end with the music that we started with.
You try with a federation, the whole thing end in confusion. CARICOM and then CARIFTA, but somehow a spelling disaster. Mr. West Indian politician, I mean you went to a big institution, and how come you can't unite 7 million? When a West Indian unity, I know it's very easy. If you only rap to your people and tell them like me, them is one race, the Caribbean man, from the same place, the Caribbean man, that make the same trip, the Caribbean man, on the same ship, the Caribbean man. So we must push one common intention, it's for a better life in the region, for we women and we children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man. You say that the Federation was imported quite from England, and you're going on for Macarifta.